Hi everybody, my name is Shannon. Welcome to my channel, Another Yarn. Thank you so much for joining me today. I greatly appreciate it. Oh my gosh, we're talking about socks today. I know, crazy, me talking about socks and sounding kind of excited. It's the weirdest thing ever. But this is the To the Toes series, and this is where we talk about socks and what's going on. And did I make any progress? I did some. So I was working on Okay, I wasn't working on them. I started a pair of socks quite a while ago. These are my circuit socks, and what a wonderful, beautiful mosaic color sock. And I had both of them on the needles. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Look how pretty that is. That is stunning. That is just, to me, absolutely amazing. And you're only using one color at a time. So this is, you don't have any floats on that. You are, see, look at that. Isn't that just, that is, if you want to play and work on color work socks and you're just kind of afraid that your floats might be a little, oh, I'm losing stitches. You might get your floats too tight. You won't be able to get your foot into it once you've finished your sock, which is a very real fear. And it is a justified fear. These types of things are great for you to work with. This is my second pair of mosaic style socks made this year. First pair I gave away to my daughter-in-law. I know that does not help me, does it? You know, for those that have been around a while, you know, my goal is to have at least 10 pair of socks done and finished in the bin for my children and my husband and their spouses, all to pick out a pair of socks for Christmas time. And my mother-in-law, because she may or may not be here this year. I don't know, but she always gets a pair anyway. You know, that type of thing. So I like to have at least 10 pair. And if I get a little overzealous, then they can also get Christmas pair and birthday pairs. Well, I've been giving away a lot of socks already. I mean, I just gave my husband an anniversary pair of socks. First time doing that, 34 years married, gave him a pair of socks. I'm like, this is not helping my cause any. It's just not helping my cause. So I have these on the needles. This is a free pattern, gorgeous. And they've been sitting languishing for quite some time. And I did pick up, let me grab this one, the second one. Last week when I showed this, I was about here. So you see that? That is some heel stitches. Did I get far? No. But the point is, I picked it up and I'm working on it. So I have both of them. This one's getting closer to this size. Yay. Wonderful. I'm loving that because that just means every stitch counts and sooner or later it will get done. So if I pick this up, even if I'm not feeling it, because let's face it, some patterns we feel, some that we don't. This was super fun when I first started. It's still fun, but have you seen my teddy bear craze and everything else that I've got going on? I'm just going to throw that out there. And then that shawl I'm working on, oh my gosh. I mean, I've got a lot of fun things. Okay, you're like, which shawl? I know, but I have a lot of fun things that I'm working on. So to sit down at one project for any length of time, yeah, we know, right? I mean, come on. So I'm proud of myself for this. This last week was, for me, absolutely amazing. There were so many things that I had put off that I accomplished. I worked on cleaning my room. It is not clean, spotless. I get that. But I can look here and I can see so much floor space. I've got a great carpet. I could only see just a small little path of it because I've bought a lot of yarn. Yeah. And it's been everywhere. It's not been put away properly. I was not a good little girl. And I feel so amazing being in here now. I have so much carpet space, so much floor space that I can now see. I feel good coming in. I mean, I always felt good coming in anyway, but I mean, now I feel even better because I mean, it's my yarn room. I'm like, hello, it's fantastic. But I'm feeling amazing with that. I got a bunch of packages mailed out that have been sitting here and packaged up. I don't even remember what was in the packages. Okay, I don't. But they've been sent. They are gone. They are out of my hands. What a weight. Lots of things like that I've been doing. Picking up these socks because I wasn't sure I was going to finish them. They didn't do anything wrong. Or I commented of, can I just, where am I at on both socks? Can I get to where they're both the same? Not do that beautiful pattern anymore. Maybe do just what's on the back side, the heel, right? And the foot is just the stripes like this, right? Could I just do the stripes like that and just call it a day and not do any of the mosaic pattern? That's where I was at, just to get it done, because it's still a beautiful pair of socks. So picking that up and gathering that, I'm really proud. I'm pleased. One of the other things that you're going to be going like, why would you do that? I know. I started another pair of socks. And well, that makes sense as to why I would start another pair of socks. I wanted to play with this yarn. Remember this yarn? Look at that. Look how sparkly that. Look at all of these like tinsel just coming off of this. This is just crazy. You shake it and it just, lots of size 1 needles. You shake it and you can see all that, right? And it was brought up in the comments that when it's like that, normally the tinsel stuff is broken in the strand. And, you know, like, okay, that could be, I don't know. When I bought this, it was $9, so it was worth the shot for me for this particular skinny yarn. The store had 2 of them sitting side by side, and they were both like that with, you can just see all that stuff, they were both like that. So it wasn't an accident. It wasn't like, hey, you got a bad skein. That's just how this is. And I was, okay, I'm going to take a chance with it. I'm good with that. Well, I pulled it out and I was going to start making a pair of socks with it. See, right here. And it's because it's broken. I'm actually really sad about that. I don't know how I feel about it. Even though it was brought up, I thought I was okay with it. I don't know if I'm okay with it. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's beautiful yarn either way. Here, let me see if I can get this close enough with the camera. But you can see this tinsel right there, and then you can see none, right? That's because it's broken. And then it goes, and then you can see it's hanging off right here because it's broken. And that's a lot of broken because you can see how much, and that's why I didn't think that. I'm like, no, it can't be that. It is that. It is that. That's, I'm like, is that a defect then? I mean, the whole thing's like that, all of them. Was it meant to be like that? Is that just kind of, you get some tinsel and some, you know, tinsel hanging off and some shiny bits and some non-shiny bits? I don't know. And I don't know how I feel about it. I was all bravado before, and I thought I was, look at that. I mean, that's gorgeous. I love that. I was all bravado before, and I'm like, that would be great in Christmas ornaments and everything else, which it still would be. It's pretty yarn. And yeah, I don't know now. So I've grabbed it. You can see I pulled that out because I was going to cast on, and that's as far as I got because I was a little sad. Yeah, that's okay. I have lots of yarn and I have lots of other sparkly yarn that doesn't have the broken. That to me, with all the tinsel hanging, is stunning. I love that. I love everything about that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. And just bite the bullet and cast on a pair of socks. It'll still be beautiful. I don't know. You know, and I've got all my needles ready. I mean, look at that. I got plenty of needles, right? Did I mention I have like a metric ton of size 1 knitting needles? I do. I mean, you see I've got 6 of them right there because I don't want the extra one hanging off, and here's another 6 right here. And yeah, I've got a few. I have a few sets. I like my size 1s. So I did not start with that, as you can see. Little disappointed with it. Haven't worked with it. Haven't cast on, as you can tell. So can't tell you how good the yarn is or not. And maybe it would still do what I'm looking at. Yes, you have those parts where it's broken and you don't have the fuzzy or the sparkly bits on that bit, but maybe that tinsel will still hang off and it'll still look pretty and it'll look like the tinsel hanging down that I was looking for anyway. I haven't given it a shot. It could still do that, and it could still be amazing. I don't know yet. I was just a little off-put when it was just the first couple feet and it was already showing that it was broken. So that did disappoint me. So I will come back with more feedback on that when I do cast that on and make something. I mean, then we can give it a good judgment. Right now, I love it in the ball. I mean, that, you know, if you do decorations, this is just Christmas decoration just waiting to happen. Just like that, just hanging out. With all the tinsely sparklies hanging off of it. I mean, just amazing. So, didn't do that. I did cast on another pair of socks. And the reason, where'd that go? The reason I did is, do you remember I made these for my son? Just finished these. This is my oldest son. And this is from the Darn Good Yarns. They had a sock mystery club, monthly club. I'm pretty sure that if I would have paid what it says on the back, it says manufacturer's suggested retail price $30, I would have been irritated. No doubt. Let's see. Will my camera focus on it? Can you see it? Oh, it looks like you can. That's crazy. Okay. I know. New stuff, right? One moment. Sorry about that. A little bit of a coughing fit. Didn't think you wanted to hear that. But anyway, This yarn came in these little packages like this, and it is darn good yarn, and that's the name of the company. And each one of these little balls in here is 30 grams. So you got 60 grams of yarn. That's it. Well, this fits my size 13 son, but you see I had to add my own black to make that, and I used all of it. That used all of it. Okay, beautiful yarn, great to work with, gorgeous pair of socks. The stripes match up beautifully. Looking forward to working with this one too. Overall price, if you paid 30, I'd be irritated personally, but no problems with the yarn. Gorgeous. Now the other thing that I was looking at, this 130 yards per ball, 260 yards you're paying 30 bucks for. Woo, expensive. Now I paid $4 each at thrift store because somebody was clearing out their stash and I took advantage. So this is their Sock of the Month Club, color 50, 75% extra fine superwash merino and 25% nylon. I don't know how easy care that is, right? It does say that you can wash it in 30 degrees. Don't dry it. Don't iron it. Got it. We understand that. Well, my oldest son, I tend to give him socks that are a little bit more easy care because I've done this. He's 31, 32. I don't know. Kids keep changing ages every year. But one of his friends was commenting that he always wanted a pair of socks because he was around us when our oldest son turned 18. And I said, don't laugh. This is our tradition. And I gave him a pair of socks. That's what his birthday present was. Now he got other things, but I gave him a pair of socks. And so I've been doing this for quite a few years. He's had a lot of socks. When he was in the Navy, did 4 years in the Navy. He was on the ship. He went away, did his thing, right? And he brought back, when he visited, socks with holes in them and asked me to fix them. Okay, so he loves his socks. He wore them, he used them and everything. So I tried to give him the best hard wearing sock yarn. Now, occasionally, because I'm got all this beautiful yarn, I will make something for him that's maybe not so much. Like this last year, I don't know which ones it was because he ended up with a pair for Christmas and his birthday, and I don't remember which ones, but he said that he was very sad that they did get washed and dried like the opal sock yarn is, because that stuff is like iron, and it shrunk. So I think that his wife ended up with his Christmas socks. I think that's what had happened because, well, they shrunk. They're beautiful, slightly felted, but I think this is going to do the same thing. Now, he has the biggest feet in the family, so he's still going to get these, but I don't think these are going to be his hard wearing. Now, he and his wife might hand wash these or treat them a little more gentle or wash them in the machine but pull them out to dry. Excuse me. Maybe 1 or 2 times, but it's going to happen that they're going to get shrunk. That's what I'm getting at, because he's used to not getting a choice with the socks that he gets because he has the biggest feet in the family. The socks are made specifically for him, and he's used to me using a harder wearing sock yarn. So cue what I just cast on. This right here, this is opal. This is opal sock yarn. This is a German sock yarn, just a nice Fair Isle pattern. This is what I call a vanilla pattern. I don't go super long on his when I'm not doing this toe and cuff, right? That's contrasting because he does have size 13 feet. I do want to make sure that they both fit him, but I did start it. So I'm really thrilled with that. But you know what this does too, is it kind of, for me, it commits me to, I should have measured this. They're about the same. Yeah, okay, it's about the same for the heel. It commits me to making him a birthday pair and a Christmas pair of socks. I will make him the 2. How does that help me for the Christmas having 10 pair in the bin? It doesn't. It doesn't. Because if I have 2, 3, 4 pair that fit him, it doesn't matter because he's the only one that they will fit. So it's not like anyone else, oh, look, you got 5 pair and everything, you know, you can give them out. Yeah, to the girls that have size 7 feet, they're not going to want a size 13 foot sock. It's just not, it's not going to work. So I cast this on. And now, granted, I haven't done the toe yet. I haven't gone to the foot yet, to the length, but I am committed that this is going to be his socks because it's the opal sock yarn, because it will last. And after he had that conversation, I'd already had these done. I'm like, uh-oh, I don't think these are going to hold up to him. I just don't. And, you know, he has a valid point. Why should he have to look at everything and, you know, oh, wait, you know, in 2018, that pair of socks I have to hand wash, but in 2020, I can put them through the machine. And yeah, that's a bit too much for him. I get that. different family members, they hand wash all their knits regardless. These, you know, I've always given him like opal. This stuff wears like iron. If you get a chance to use opal sock yarn, it is not the buttery soft. It's soft, it's nice, but it's not necessarily, you know how a lot of the sock yarns, I like wool. It's a toothier wool, but not super toothy, but it's one that's going to just, the socks look the way that you made them wash after wash. They just do. It's absolutely amazing. This is a wonderful sock yarn. So I haven't done myself any favors with giving my husband his socks for our anniversary, and then committing to this one for my oldest son. He's the one that loves them the most. He really does. Out of all they all love them. The kids, the wives, they all love them. The husbands, they all love them. But my oldest son loves them the absolute most. So yes, he has the biggest feet. Yes, they take a little bit longer. But in reality, come on, that much longer, sock yarn, whatever, it's fine. You know, whine about it. I'm going to continue to whine about it. No doubt. I will continue to whine about it. But it's really not that big of a deal. Get them done. Make him happy. So I've got this. And at least I started to work on my circuit socks again. So that's pretty cool. I'm doing things. I'm going out on the limb doing things that are maybe not comfortable. I mean, I didn't want to play with the circus socks, but they look great. And I did, once I picked them up, I'm like, what was your problem? You know, my conversation, what was the problem? Because I did that much of the circuit pattern and it wasn't hard. Okay. What was the issue? I don't know. I just set them down for other things. We know that. I mean, you see that. How many pairs? I made my husband's socks. I made this socks. I made other socks. I finished things, right? Lots of things between then and now after starting the circuit socks. I have no idea why some things get put down when they do and other things are just, wait, I thought you just started that. You're showing it finished? I have no idea. Some things just grab. They just hit differently. And it's one of those, they fly. This thing went a lot faster than it had a right to. I mean, I'm not done, obviously. Oh, I'm losing stitches on here too. Man, I gotta be careful. Here I am talking, flying around with those needles, losing some stitches. One moment, please. There we go. Okay. But it did. Look, I have, oh, wait, I don't just have the heel flap. Look at that. I actually turned the heel. Cool. So now I'm just, my next round is literally picking up and then it's going to look like that. Then it'll look like that. That is where I'm at right here. That is nifty. So that's a lot of fun. Cool. Are you guys working on your Christmas stuff? I've been watching other channels and we've got a lot of Christmas in July. And me, I've been doing Christmas in all year, right? With the socks anyway. I don't have any specific Christmas in July. If you want to play along, I know Lori, Armchair Chef Lori, has a Christmas in July thing, and she's got categories for her Christmas in July of what Christmas means to you. My husband says I'm a Grinch, right? And I do love Christmas, but he says I'm a Grinch, so I haven't made anything and sent it off to her, but you can always, not literally send it off, send a picture, not the sending it the thing, but you can always join in if you're looking at Christmas in July type things. I have so many projects that I have going on, and it is fun to see what everyone else is making. It is such a blast to see all the things that everyone else is getting up to, what they're making, how they're doing things, the colors. Oh my gosh, the colors that you guys pick. I love looking at that. I love looking at other people's stashes because you guys went on a treasure hunt too. I mean, all this stuff, this was a massive treasure hunt. This was a treasure hunt that I have collected over the decades, literally decades. So do I have hidden treasures in here? Yes. Yes, I do. Do you have hidden treasures in your stuff? Yes, you do. Because we saw different things at different times. And that's what I love the most about any of that stuff. I don't envy anyone else for the stuff that they've collected over the years. I just want to see it. You know, I don't want to covet it. I don't want to keep it. I don't want to try to like, ooh, I wish I had that. No, I just want to see it because I like to see through other people's eyes, and that is one way to do that. Because when they talk about their yarn, when they got it, where they got it, what attracted them to it, I'm now seeing through their eyes, and it's a completely different experience. So I see that yarn with a different spin, with a completely different spin, because we all like different stuff. We're all attracted to different stuff. Otherwise, everyone else would wear orange all the time. You know, like me, right? I know that's not everyone else's color, but I'm wearing an orange dress, right? I don't think, yeah, we can't see all of it, but I have the orange dress on, right? I mean, yeah, we've got the orange. But we all like different, and that's just all there is to it. So that is the thing that I love the most about all of the yarn, all of the crafting, all of the making, and I can't knit and crochet fast enough. I can't. It's not a guilt thing. It has nothing to do with that. The reason I want to knit or crochet both faster is because I have a lot of beautiful yarn and I want to touch all of it. More than just touching it because I bought it, more than just fondling it because that tinsel's beautiful. More than that, I want to feel it in my hands. I want to see what it comes. I want to see what it becomes when it grows up. You know, when it looks like that in the skein, as we got this going on, when it looks like this, you know, then it looks like that. That's what I want to see. And that's why I want to personally go faster, because there's a lot, and I want to experience all of it. That's where I'm at. I want to experience all. It's yarny goodness. I want to touch it all, you know, beyond just buying it. It's like, come on, let's play. I'm sure some of you are like that too, right? Because I think we all kind of have that same hobby. Well, there's multiple hobbies. There is the dreaming about what it is you're going to make. That is a complete hobby in and of itself. There's collecting of patterns, and it doesn't matter which ones they are, crochet, knit, weaving, whatever. There's collecting the materials, and that is your tools, your supplies, the yarn, the stuffing, all the things that go, buttons, right? Beads, all baubles, everything that goes with it. That is another hobby, is that collecting, that treasure hunt. Because, you know, in the women and men thing, the hunters and gatherers, we're the gatherers. We must gather in all the things. We go find it and we gather it and we bring it in and we have it. We have it in our stores. We have all the stuff. It makes us whole. It just does. It's a nature thing. So we do that. And then there's the creating. Then we take all of the stuff that we have gathered and we put it all together and we make something beautiful with it. I just absolutely love all of that. I absolutely love that. It lights me up. It makes me happy when I'm not feeling well or I'm tired, or right, life, right? We get tired. We overextend ourselves. Man, I come in here, and especially now because I can see floor space. Whoo, that makes me happy. You know, I come in here, I'm like, what do I want to create? What do I want to make? What do I want to grow from this little thing to that big thing? Right? I'm like, oh, there are so many things in here that get me excited. I am surprised I don't have more things on the needles and hooks, because as we've discovered, I have quite a few sets of needles and I have quite a few crochet hooks. So that's not an issue generally running out of supplies. Right? So I've got all of that. And we've seen with me going through my Tackle It series that I have a lot of things that I had started. And if you saw me cleaning my room, there's a shawl over here and there's a coat rack, and with lots of little hooks, and that is covered in project bags that we have not gone through yet. So we've seen, I definitely started things over the years. I'm surprised I don't have more started. With as much beauty as I have around me and available to start this and start this and start this, I'm pretty impressed with my restraint. I'm just gonna leave it like that. There is some restraint. I didn't do the 5 cast-ons a day. What was it at the beginning of the year that I was talking about? There's something that, yeah, that's what it is. Something, one of the contests, not really contests, but one of the things that people will do is like 30 cast-ons at the January 1st or something like that, right? In the beginning of the year, you're gonna cast it all on, right? Starting all the things. And I couldn't think of 30 things, or even 10, 15, right? Pick a number, that's crazy, that I would want to start right at one time. Now, that's not to say I'm not going to start 10, 15, 20, 30 things, just not all in one week, you know, unless I'm doing like smaller amigurumi and actually doing them. See, you know, I know this took like a week for me to do because arms, I didn't want to do the arms. I didn't want to do the arms, the little bear arms. But if you're doing stuff like this, yeah, you can, especially if you're a maker. We're all makers, but you know, you do markets. So if you do markets, you have your patterns. If this is one of your patterns that you wanted to do, you have that memorized. Or the turtles, people have the turtles memorized. They have these memorized. I've made these before, had them memorized. not to look at the pattern for like 5-10 minutes, and then I'm good for, you know, till next time. But, you know, you can start flying. You get that. You get that. But the crazy weird patterns that I want to start aren't like, I want to make 30 bears. I mean, they could be, but that's not what it is. You know what would be really cool? If I wanted to do this like massive cast on, it would be find and gather all my size 1 needles and see how many pairs of socks I could cast on. That would be an interesting one, wouldn't it? If I were to do that, gather up all my size 1s and casting on all the socks and seeing how many I could get through. Now, granted, I've got 6 needles right here, and I need a working needle for both of those to go back and forth. There we go. I've got 3 needles holding on at the moment. I need my working needle. There you go. Here's 4 more. I could cast on another pair of socks. Easy, another pair of socks. And now this one I'm only doing 1 at a time. This one, obviously, I've got 2 at a time, but I could do the different, you know, each skein only gets the four needles and go around like that. But that would be kind of crazy. I don't know. That would be something. That would be something. I don't know if that would be a good idea, though. I wonder how many socks would get done, and I wonder how many socks would be, hey guys, guess what? It's 2026 or 2027 for that matter, and I've still got my late 2025 socks on the needles. I don't know. I really don't know. But if I were to do the massive cast on kind of a situation, and I think the socks would be about the best one, because those are things that I committed to myself that I would get done. And my middle son has told me previously that if we don't do socks at Christmas time, there would be hate, pandemonium, discontent, all sorts of things. It was hilarious the way that he said it. He's like, all heck would break loose. We know what he said. And yeah, so I just thought that was absolutely hilarious. And I think he's right. But okay. Don't remind me come January that I said this, but I think that would be a fun one. That one would be cool, is doing the massive cast on of the socks. If the year rolls around and that's what I'm interested in doing, big cast on, the socks would be kind of cool. We'll see in 6 months if that's still on my brain. Woo, that's a big thing. That's crazy. I will deny having this conversation, just saying, but that I think would be fun. That one would be possible to get them done. And I wonder how many size 1 needles I've got around here how many pairs of socks could I cast on at one point. That I'm not positive, but I know I've got a lot of size 1s. That is by far, I have a bunch of those. I just bounce them around. It's really cool because they come in packs of 5, which is awesome. And I knit with 4. So, you know, I've got multiple of them and they just move them around and there you have it. And like this one, like I said, I've just got 7 of them that I'm working for both because I just have the one working needle and bounce it back and forth. So that works out really well. I don't know, lots and lots of fun. That's something I'm gonna have to think about. Ooh, sock madness. Oh, that would be one heck of a sock madness kind of a thing. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. That is enough sock talk for me. Holy cow. I just committed to another pair of socks, didn't I? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And the biggest socks. Yes, I did. Yep, I sure did. With that, I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys have a great day, night, evening, whatever it happens to be. And I will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.